This time, let's take a look at the square wave. Again, we're supposed to find the period. Period is the time required to finish one full cycle. So, where is my cycle? Cycle is this part of the waveform which is going to constantly repeat. So I have one cycle, this is my second cycle, and this is my third cycle. One cycle repeats 3 times over here. The period of one cycle is 3 microseconds. That's why I'm going to write over here t equals 3 microseconds. This is my period. How many cycles I have? We said we have 3 cycles. The frequency you calculate from the formula which says frequency is equal 1 over period. 1 divided by 3 microseconds is equal 333.33 kilohertz. How are you supposed to solve this problem using the calculator? Simply type 1 divided by 3 exp, or in some calculators double E. Micro represents the power of 10 to negative 6. That's why you have to type plus minus 6. This is the button. Equals. And you will get answer 333.33 times 10 to the third. 10 to the third represents kilo. That's why I wrote over here kilohertz. Remember, the frequency is represented in hertz. That's why I have to write kilohertz. Next, we're supposed to find the positive amplitude. Positive amplitude is the maximum voltage measured from 0. Positive max measured from 0. So I have 5 volts. This is my positive amplitude, which is also called voltage peak, is equal 5 volts. Negative amplitude, this is my minimum voltage measured from 0. So negative voltage peak is equal minus 5 volts. Peak to peak value, in other words, peak to peak voltage, voltage peak to peak, is the voltage from the top to the bottom. In other words, from the maximum value to the minimum value. Voltage peak to peak is the voltage between these two values. So I'm supposed to write for positive voltage peak minus negative voltage peak. Negative times negative gives me positive, and I'm going to have voltage peak plus voltage peak is equal 2 volts peak, and I have voltage peak to peak equals 2 times voltage peak. We said that positive voltage peak is 5 volts, so I have 2 times 5 volts is equal 10 volts.